Alright everybody, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's feeling the vibe. I hope everybody's feeling just fine. Okay, so today I'm gonna, talk about the creator of Beesmas Simulator, which is Onett. It's gonna be probably very controversial, what I'm gonna say, and I don't know if it's true, like none of it. I don't know if my thoughts on this is actually, the way it's actually the way he's feeling, or like I can't know what anybody else is feeling. I can only presume and try to get into other people's heads to try to at least understand, because I've been scouting the Discord server and I've seen quite a few people crying about the situation that Beesmas was delayed, and everybody is a little bit on the edge because they're just waiting for something. They're just waiting for it to actually drop, but it's always easy to say. I know similar feelings. I mean, I'm not a developer. I don't know how to develop. I'm not a single developer, but I know how it is if you work under stress. And if you are working something that you've been doing for years and years and years, maybe even decades, and then that you might actually lose interest over that. So I do know that feeling. And I don't know if that is actually the case with Onett, but the given information that we actually have is that this guy is on its own. I don't know if he actually has a team working under his hands. I don't know. I have no idea. It might be possible that there's a few people helping out with here and there, or maybe a little bit of code or something. I have no idea. But the feeling of, doing the same thing over and over for years and years and years. I mean, I watched his video on, some of the core basics of the game. He was talking about how he built Beesmas Simulator and how the game is there to, catch people's minds and why it is so successful the way it is and stuff. I watched it, and there's a few things that I noticed. First of all, that he's very, very intelligent, and maybe he's even too intelligent, and that might actually, cause a few troubles in someone's head, because I noticed the smarter the person is, I mean, I don't know anything about that, right, but the smarter the person is, the more conflict there will be in the head. That is just something I've observed in my 30 years of living. I just noticed that, the people that I've met that were just more intelligent seem to have more issues either with themselves or with the projects that they were working on. So immediately when I noticed, because I did notice the posts that were made on the Discord server, he seems to be a very emotional guy. So that's just something I'm observing here. I don't know. Like I said, please don't get me down on that. I don't know if it's true, but he just seems like a very emotional guy. Stuff that he's writing that... let me go into the Beesmas news. So he said, like, he's deleting the last 2 messages because they're just causing drama in the server at this point. I'm feeling better and I'm working on the update. Now, as far as I remember, he wrote down something like it might be the last Beesmas or something like that. Again, I don't know if that was actually what he was writing down there, but somebody told me that it was something like that. So he also does care about the opinions of others. So I can imagine him going around and scooting around his own Discord server and seeing that people might, be disappointed that the Beesmas update hasn't happened towards Christmas. I think that kind of can do a lot with your psyche. What people don't understand is that most of the player base of Beesmas Simulator, they're ruthless little kids, and we all know that young teenagers and kids in general, they're just ruthless, man. They don't really care. They don't know much about feelings until or unless they have lived it themselves. So the struggles of a developer is single-handedly, a single developer. I think nobody can understand the pressure that you can actually sometimes make up in your mind. And if I look at my older clips that I made like 1-2 years ago, I was one of these people as well that said like, oh man, where's the update and blah 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 and this and that, because it was delayed, I think, last year as well. And then, just now, I just realized that the psyche can do so much for you that it's really difficult to finish projects sometimes, especially if you're not in for it anymore. I mean, it doesn't mean that... I'm not saying that Onett is not in on it. It just means that he's been doing it, I think, for over a decade. Let me see when the game was created. I think it was like something 2000 and... I don't know. Let me see. So 2000 and created 18. 19, 20, 21, 29, 28, 24. So it's about 6 years. No, it's not a decade yet. But, the one thing that Beesmas Simulator actually has, what other people don't have, is a player base that keeps returning to the game. So I don't know if it's actually Roblox algorithm that is going to, re-get the, just get the players that used to play this, back into the game, or if it's newer players that play the game. By the way, also don't be faulted by this. My old Roblox account got banned. This is why I'm making a new one, and that's why I'm, starting from the beginning again. By the way, I'm making a pro returning series, so if you're enjoying that so far, make sure to check the other episodes out. Anyways, yeah, so the issue here is, though, that I believe that it kind of feels a little bit like a good and bad thing at the same time. So the good thing is that there's still people very passionate about this game returning, and still very involved with the game, and just play like an active player base. I think the game has never had below 10k players. I think it was always like around the 10k mark. I've never seen it, at least, and every time there's Beesmas, it drops to like 40 to 100k players. So, and that is the good thing, but the bad side of it is the pressure, which means it's a little bit like a curse as well, that you're gonna be at home, you're gonna be like, oh man, what am I gonna do now? I was always amazed that Onett did not monetize this as crazy as some of those Roblox games are. If you go into the store, yeah, you can buy tickets, and you could potentially, pay to win yourself, but it's nothing like where you just like go, oh my god, this is so overly overpowered, like some of the other games do with the game passes, right? So yeah, I guess he's still earning quite well with this, and I don't know if that is his only project he's been working on. I've seen a post where it actually said that he's working on a different game, but I haven't heard from that now within, like, I think a year now or something. So there used to be another game that he was working on or something, but I guess that didn't really materialize either. So that kind of also keeps asking me, or getting back to the question, how is his psyche really holding up with all of the project that he's doing, where he has a really successful game with Beesmas Simulator, and don't forget, he does this all by himself. Now again, sorry. Now again, I don't know if there's more people working on this, I really don't, but just the feeling that I have, it just feels like, I don't know, it feels like that he might actually get emotional and like puts himself down a little bit when he's like not meeting the deadlines or reading through the Discord servers. Like, this is just what I feel I am observing, but I don't know if that's the truth. It just feels a little bit like that, and he's a really good developer. He is, like I said, I believe he might actually be a little bit too smart. He created something on the Roblox platform that is probably the most long-lived game I have ever experienced on the entire platform. I don't know any of the older games, like when I started, I played like Saber Simulator, Magnet Simulator, all of these kind of games, and all of them are dead. This is like the only game that I know from back then. I must think, maybe like Adopt Me or something, but the only game that I know from the back then that was as successful as this one is, and it's a truly OG game. I think it really has more, it has the capability to be, it already is an all-time great, I would assume, but it even has the capabilities to go even further than that now. The only one that really has the power in that is Onett. Eventually he can sell it to someone, which I don't think he's gonna do. It kind of feels a little bit like somebody's life work, making such a big influence on a platform like Roblox. I don't think it will ever be sold. But I also don't think, some people think that they go like, yeah, this is it. This is it. Maybe one more Beesmas and nothing will ever happen again. Honestly, I think his ego won't let that happen. I don't think so. I think because he said this 2 years ago, he said this is going to be the last Beesmas, and then a year later we had Beesmas again, and then he said, oh, this might be the last Beesmas, and then a year later, which is now, he says he's going to implement trading and a new leaderboard system and all of that, and Beesmas is just a little bit delayed, and he said again it's going to be the last Beesmas. So I just kind of feel that there's a little bit of conflict in the head. But I think it's all resolvable. You never know what's happening in their private life. I don't know if he's working for some other companies developing other things and he's doing this as a side hustle, or if this is the actual main thing that he does live off, I have no idea. I don't know this guy. I wish I did. I mean, I wish I just had one conversation or something. I mean, that would be so awesome. But other than that, man, you don't know much about this guy, and I think that's also fair. Honestly, people want to, you know, stay private with which is everyone's right, and I would totally understand. And I would probably do the same thing if I'd be him. You know, I would probably do the same thing and stay private and, you know, just not have too much of a show on Discord. I mean, yeah, so, I mean, just interesting. This is one of these kind of developers, and I've talked to... Sorry, I'm a little sick. And I've talked to a few developers in my life. There's a few other ones that I think are interesting as well, but he's certainly one of these kind of people that I think are super interesting when it comes to Roblox development, because the brain just works different. There's a developer, and then there's somebody that is completely different. Somebody that just does it different. And I think Onett is one of these people. You kind of have to be a little different to build something different. So that is just my opinion on Onett and his game. And like I said, 2 years ago, I didn't accept that, and I felt like, I don't know, it just felt like, you know, I was yapping about it as well, and I'm not going to do this from now on. I wish him all the best. If he's going to do Beesmas, that's great. We're all going to be very happy, but the most important thing also is him. He needs to be happy too, otherwise we're not going to get anything in the future. Like, sitting there and putting people under pressure has never helped and worked on anybody ever. I mean, you can't just sit there and say, hey, yo, you stupid, you have to do this and that. It's not working like that. It doesn't work like that. On the other side, we should support him more. I also think that he should maybe, like, if he would want to share this, maybe share a little bit of his feelings. You know, tell us what is actually going on in his life so people understand. I think the reason why people are so mad currently is because they're being left in the dark, and it's kind of like sometimes he says it's not happening, then it's happening, then it's not happening, and then we get some leaks again or some public changes in the public test realm, and that is, I believe, the reason, the confusion that is being happening with all of these people. I think that is the reason. But other than that, I don't think anybody's actually angry about anyone. You know, I hope, I wish him the best. I want him to succeed with whatever he does. I'm gonna finish this Meteor run, otherwise, because I have to turn off my music, my recording software. What am I talking about? I don't know. Yeah. No, I wish him all the best. It's a great game. Probably the most the only game that actually has an end game on Roblox. I'm super impressed about that. It's grindy. Very grindy. You can grind this for years, everybody. You can play this for years. I mean, yeah, obviously every game gets bored at one point, but yeah, I just think it's a masterpiece. It's it really is something different to other games that they're all copies of a copy of a copy. Arm Wrestle Simulator, a copy of this and that. They're just all copies of copies. And like he said in his video, you can see it on his channel, by the way. His YouTube channel is called Onett, and there's just one video on it that you could check out, and it's just so informative. And when I watched it, I was like, wow, there was so much thought. I mean, that it makes sense now. It makes sense why this is working. It makes sense why Bee Swarm Simulator is Bee Swarm Simulator. It totally makes sense now to me. So I advise you to watch that as well. It gives you kind of a little bit of a window into the way he's thinking and how advanced it actually was. So yeah, I'm done fangirling, honestly. This was just a... I hope, I really like... Oh my god, my throat is killing me. I hope that he might see this video or not. I don't know. Maybe not, probably not. But if you do, man, just keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're awesome. Great game. My girlfriend and I, we're absolutely loving it, and we've been playing it for years and years and years, and we made a lot of videos on it as well. So yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.